Hello everyone and welcome to the 1988 United States Grand Prix. Now this country has an interesting history with Grand Prix circuits. It's tried to go here, there, and everywhere to try and make a race happen. And this one was no exception to just being bad. Long Beach was bad, Detroit was bad. This is just a collection of 90-degree corners and some really awkward turns where grip is almost impossible to find. But after this race and after Long Beach, they managed to find some good ground. I actually think Indianapolis was one of my favorite circuits back in the day. It was really fun to watch them go around the big bend, and then through the fast kind of bendy section in the middle of the circuit. But it had its own kind of very miserable history. I think in 2006 is when that whole tire conundrum happened. But Circuit of the Americas is actually also really, really good, and I think that after these few attempts of trying to make street races in the U.S. happen, they managed to learn their lesson and just go to circuits and just drive those instead because they're a lot better. And yeah, in fact, I think the U.S. has actually multiple times, I think they've tried to get two races going. I think right now they're considering getting a second race going, maybe going back to Long Beach. I think I heard that somewhere, potentially. Don't quote me on that, though. But I don't know. This track is just, it's awful. It's not fun at all. There's like two fun turns on the entire circuit, and then it's just a minute 40 of just 90-degree turns and little straightaways. And it's quite difficult to recover from any mistakes that you possibly make. So we'll see how this race plays out. See you on the flip side. Hello everyone and welcome to Detroit, where we're having round 6 of our 1988 F1 Championship season. This is probably my least favorite track in the calendar. Just going to get this right out of the way. I probably said this in the intro, but I'm going to say it again. I hate this track, like, a lot. It is probably the worst. It's literally just 90-degree. It's 90-degree turn, the circuit. There's nothing more to it except for just straight up 90-degree corners, and it's just so bad. There's some corners that are just like really tricky to hit. Like there's in the first sector there's an uphill corner where you sort of do a series of lefts and you have to sort of lift and then brake while still turning left, and that's really hard to hit. And then you just got like 7 90-degree corners in a row, and it's just not fun to drive. It's basically like Monaco if Monaco wasn't fun. That's essentially the point of the circuit. And it's also a minute 40-ish per lap, as you can see, and it's 21 laps, which is just one less than we did in Montreal last time around. So this race is going to be really long and really grueling, but we still managed to somehow get a P6. In fact, I have no idea what happened in qualifying, because with something like 10 minutes left, Prost was out in the lead by like over a second. I'm pretty sure Senna was in P2 and then Prost was in P1, and then Patrese managed to get in between them just enough to pass Senna's time. But then out of nowhere, the Ferraris just came out and set these laps. Like, what is this? And Nelson Piquet was in P3 at one point, and I thought he was going to have another really good qualifying. But we are currently hanging on to the last point position going into turn 1, but that's not going to be the case most likely, knowing our starts. So I'm going to have to come up with something interesting here. So I don't know. What I feel like doing is, because passing on the circuit is an actual nightmare. It is physically impossible. Well, it is possible, but if the car in front is like super slow, it's awful. So what I feel like I could do is I could try to not pit this race. I could try to just fuel up for 21 laps and see if I can do the whole race without pitting. But I'll leave a pit stop on the table in case my tires are really bad. Like if I'm super struggling for grip, like if I'm just not having any grip at all, and or if I got some sort of damage that's easily fixable, then I'll probably end up hitting at one point or another. But again, if you end up in traffic, you get held up really bad because passing's impossible. So I might want to, even if I pit, I'll probably have to pit after everyone in front of me has already pitted, because I want to end up behind them because I know they're faster than me. But I don't know. This track is going to be, it's the bane of my existence. It's going to be bad. If I can score a point here, I will be really excited. Like, I'll be really happy if I can score points in Detroit. Now, the good thing, the sort of good thing, is that Prost isn't leading the race, even though he's the leader of the championship, but Alboreto is only behind me by 1 point. So if he wins, then it's going to be a pretty big gap hole, like heading into the Nordschleife. But I don't know. I'm gonna see if I can just survive Detroit, survive and head into the European stint of this championship on a relatively good note. I don't know. Let's see. We managed to only lose one spot. That's not horrible. And we get past Senna. Now Senna's going to be all over us, though. So this isn't good news. Senna's going to be all over us. Because he's got more pace than we do. But now we are the truly trained. And as you can see, if you position your car well, it's almost impossible for anyone to get past you. Unless they want to hit you. And that's bad news. For some reason, this corner, your back end really wants to step out on the acceleration. But hopefully we don't get dived. But I don't know if we'll be able to hold off Senna for long. Especially if we can't catch up to Patrese. Oh, none of that, please. I really got to preserve my back tires. Because they will be the key to winning this race. If I can even win this race. I don't know if winning's on the table, because I think the leaders are going to, especially Prost and Alboreto, they're going to drive away. But we can potentially contest for a podium here if we don't stop and if we keep our tires in a good condition. But it's pretty hard on this circuit to do that. We're going to be holding up quite a large pack of cars here. But hopefully, because Senna and PK have to go defensive occasionally, I might be able to make up some ground. The challenge here is going to be just to stay out of the walls. And someone's smoking. It might be a back marker. It might be one of the leaders. And that is Alboreto. Oh no. So Alboreto's out of the race. Which is good for us. Promotes us to P4. And then Prost also got held up by that. So he went from first into what is now P3. And if I can stake on the tail of Prost, that would be amazing, because I know he's got the most pace around this circuit. Because Alboreto's now out. But I don't think that's going to be possible. He's just so fast. Especially coming out of the 90-degree bends, it is crazy how fast the eye is around here. I can't do much. Ah, that was messy. Oh yeah, just like that. This race got shaken up a little bit. Prost and I are going to be actively trying to catch Patrese right now because he's in a non-turbo car. So I'd assume he's going to be slower. Now, neither am I. It also doesn't make that much of a difference around the circuit because you never even get to 6th gear. Most of the track is in 1st or 2nd. And by lap 4, our back end's already stepping out in that corner. That's not good. Sooner. But for now, we're holding off Senna, which is good. And there's a big gap behind him. I think it's 3 seconds to PK. Oh no, that was really close to the wall. Have to get defensive. But also, I shouldn't really completely obliterate my tires trying to defend here. Because I know for a fact that Senna's going to be pitting. I was aggressive. So even if he gets past me, it's not the end of the world. Because I'm essentially going to finish 15 seconds ahead of him. Unless I stop again. Brake sooner! The circuit's just so tough. It's tough, but it's also boring because it's just 90-degree turns. It's the reason people hate on stuff like Baku right now. Which is a circuit that I also genuinely dislike. PK's cut up, which isn't good, which means we're losing pace, but that's pretty evident as it is. Something happened to Senna there. I'm not sure if he messed up that corner or what, but he lost some ground. At least we broke on time. And we've already beaten our qualifying time. Managed to get to the 138s with a lap. Not sure if it was the last one. We're a third of the way through this race. Which means we're about halfway through the first stint of this AI. Now, I have no idea what the gap to the leader is, but I'd assume that it's pretty big. That was really good. I'll lead the front end first. Make sure the back end doesn't slide out. And accelerate when you're facing straight. And use as much space as you're given. Especially true on a street circuit, because you're not really given much space. I'm cutting it super close to that wall there, but I don't have a choice. If I want to fend off Senna, I gotta really be on the edge. He's really close now. But contrary to what I thought would happen, my tires actually don't feel that bad right now. I honestly thought they'd be worse at this point in the race, but they're not. They're still holding on. They're still doing their job. Another 138. That was good. Another thing that I don't like about the circuit is that when learning it, it is very difficult to know your braking spots. Some of these corners, like this one, you just have to guess. I couldn't find a spot that worked. Oh, and someone's really slow. I don't know what's going on here, but it's the other Williams. Please, Senna. I don't know what happened to Mansell, because he's being lapped right now. I'm not going to be like Sebastian Vettel and complain about blue flags because he is a lap behind. But I don't think he's going to be interfering very much. So I don't know why he's a lap behind. I have to go take a look. Don't know exactly why that happened. I'm encountering more back markers for some reason. Please let me through. Thank you. Now, if I can get any sort of buffer between myself and Senna, that'd be awesome. I don't know what this is. This is a Minardi. But he's definitely not letting me through right now. Come on, dude. And Senna's right back on our tail. We're hanging on to our spot. This is good. Kind of boring, but it's what you get when you try to do a straight race in Detroit. Scary. I think I got saved there by the back end stepping out. It was awfully close to hitting the wall there. Because the back end will always do a shorter radius around any sort of turn. You really got to give it some room. I feel like I'm really fighting the car right now. Around that really bumpy section. I think someone hit the chicane there. That's how it works. I didn't even notice, but in all the commotion, Prost did manage to get past Patrese. So he's going to be chasing down, I think, Berger for the lead. Careful. On the brakes there. Oh, this isn't good at all. And I'm stuck. Oh, I think my front wing is okay. I think. It better be. Oh, that's not good at all. I'm gonna have damage. Some sort. Minor damage, but it'll impact. Now I have to get past the back marker again. And I've lost a lot of ground. That's just unfortunate. Luckily we get past with no problem this time around. But now you gotta focus and drive. We got lucky there, but also a little bit unlucky because it looked like I had space to move, but I was in fact stuck. But I should be able to clear Gugelmin with relative ease. I don't think he's going to be threatening us. We set the fast stop there. So we come out from damage. I'm gonna do a one. No, I lied. Lost the car completely there. Now we're going to be running into these problems much more commonly now because we're starting to lose the tires a bit. But again, they're not horrible. There's a yellow flag ahead. Don't know what for. And it's gone now. Now it's back. Oh, Senna spun out. I'm gonna definitely take a look at that once the race is done. But Senna's out of the race. Not quite in the fashion of Monaco in 1988. Not in my version, but in the actual one. He wasn't leading or anything. But he hit something in that corner and he was just out. Both wings were gone. For some reason, Berger's in P3 now. Berger, who was in the lead, is in P3. It might be because he pitted. Very well could be because he pitted. And if he did, then there's no way we're winning this race because he's going to have more pace than us. It looks like the gap is getting bigger, so I think he pitted. Which I don't really have a problem with. I'm just going for a podium here. Patrizi's 13 seconds ahead, which is inside of the pit pass window. Oh, that was really scary. I thought I hit it. But now we're getting into the actual pit window here. And Prost is behind us. We're in P3, we're in podium position here. Now he's going to be catching us quickly though. So that means when Patrizi does pit, he'll be behind us as well. That was somebody ahead of us. I think that was a Eurobrun maybe. The car looked really white. And I think they're going really slow. No, that's a McLaren. No. Can't be. That's a Zach speed. Wait, one of them qualified? I'm confused. I don't know who that was. So Patrizi pitted. Berger is ahead of us by 7 seconds, and the gap is getting bigger, so I think he pitted, and I think he's going to probably win this race. The gap to Prost is getting really small now. I can see him in my mirrors now. But we're going to try our best to hold off for P2. Because again, we can make ourselves really difficult to pass here. Okay. It's getting really shady there too. 1.5 seconds to cross now. awfully close. He's right there. We got 2.5 laps to go. And I think we're still faster in Sector 3. Again, kind of hard to see here. Oh no. And he's right there now. You have to get slightly bigger in Sector 3, but not enough. This is going to be close. Whereas the name of the game last time around was Catch PK, now it's Hold Off Prost. He's going to be really close in the last lap. As long as we brake late, make our moves good, we should be impossible to pass. Oh, that's wide. I think we're going to be good for fuel. Oh, and Prost hit the wall. I think he fancied to move up the inside or something. But he hit the wall, so he lost some ground there. He's going to be really close on fuel too. But I think we're going to make it. Really nervous right now. Breathe. Got 1 liter of fuel left. Yeah, 1 more scary corner where you can possibly pass us. I think we did it. Oh. With just enough fuel to spare, we run out of fuel. I don't think we're going to be able to finish this lap. Probably going to have to stop somewhere here. But with just enough fuel to spare and just good enough to make our strategy work, we managed to finish in P2, hold off Prost in the last couple of laps, even though we were making some pretty serious mistakes. But ooh, that was tough. That ended up much better than I thought it would. I honestly thought I'd have a little bit more trouble. We got kind of lucky. We got lucky with Alboreto having his engine blow with... I think we're out of fuel. No, maybe. Yep, we're out of fuel. All right, we got kind of lucky with Alboreto's engine blowing with, I think on lap 4 or 5 it was. And then we got lucky again with Senna just hitting the wall. But overall, with enough luck and with our strategy of not pitting paying off, even though our tires were slowly starting to go near the end, we managed to get a really well-deserved P2. And with this result, we actually managed to hang on to the lead of the championship because we're going to be at 20... We're going to be at 26? No. 26. No, I think Prost and I are going to be tied. But I think, yeah, we're tied because we both have 2 wins and we both have 26 points at the end of this. But we managed to hang on and defend against the likes of Senna and Alboreto because they were really close to us. They both had 19 and neither of them managed to score points. So we will see what happened. I'm going to go off camera and I'm going to find what happened to Senna. And I'll be back to discuss that and the end of the race as well. So, be right back. So here we go, watching Senna go through the 3rd sector. He comes out of the bridge, the little tunnel section, and he just spins. I think he might have had brake failure. I think the front might have failed because the back end just spun. It was gone on its own completely, and he just hit the wall and lost his rear wing. I was wrong to say both wings were gone, but this was enough to really get him out of the race. But that's what happened. I thought it'd be a little bit more complicated, but his brakes just blew up. So, yeah, that kind of sucks. Sucks for Senna. We had something similar. We lost the race on the last corner of Monaco. So, you know. But a lot of people didn't finish this race. In fact, I think what happened was I actually forgot to kick the bottom 5. So it's the reason that we had the Zach speed that came into pit one of these times. So I'm sorry about that. But they actually managed to... Genzani and Schneider managed to actually beat the likes of Larini, Martini, Nigel Mansell for some reason. I don't know what happened to him, but I'm too lazy to go back because it was near the beginning of the race. So yeah, next time around we're going to be at the Nordschleife, the scary 6-minute lap circuit thing where anything can happen and I'll be lucky to survive. But I think I'm going to cheat a little bit and just turn on invulnerability because I really want to drive those 5 laps rather than just crash out in the first one. It's going to be tough. Qualifying is going to be interesting because the rules aren't changing. You have 30 minutes and you have 9 laps. 9 laps are impossible to do in 30 minutes. So what I'm going to have to do is just fuel up for a bunch of laps and just go do like 4 or 5 flying laps all together and see if I can get a really nice one strung together. But it's going to be awkward. It's going to be really, really awkward. In fact, Nannini, my teammate, had a suspension failure on the same lap as Senna, which is interesting. So he doesn't score points again, and again, Benetton is a one-man team. So, yeah, we managed to tie ourselves to the lead of the championship going into the German/European. I think it's going to be the European Grand Prix this time. That's what I'm going to call it. So, yeah, that was fun. That ended up coming out much nicer than I thought it would. It was still rough. We still didn't win, even though we didn't pit. That's how much faster Berger was than us. He managed to drive out just on his own at the start of the race and still beat us by 9 seconds, even though he stopped. So that's how much faster he was. Prost only lost to us by 0.6, and that was mainly because he made a mistake in the last sector of the last lap, second last lap. And then big gap to Patrese, big gap to Gugelmin, big gap to Warwick, and then you start getting the people that were kind of close together. But that's of no concern to me. In fact, I think Warwick scores for the 3rd time this season, and Gugelmin might have his first points of the season. But yeah, I had fun, sort of, I guess. That was the Detroit Grand Prix. See you guys next time, and goodbye.